G'day guys. People always say that GammaOS is the best operating system for the Mini 028 and is way better than the stock OS it comes with. So today, I thought we would do a side-by-side comparison on two Mini 028s, one running stock OS and another running a fresh install of GammaOS, to see which one comes out on top. To keep everything fair, we will be using a high-quality 64GB Samsung Evo micro SD card on both devices, with the exact same games lists on both. We will also be comparing these with stock settings on both, so no tweaking or changing any settings. Everything will be exactly how it is out of the box. Let's get into it. So the black device on the left is running GammaOS, and the purple device on the right is still running stock OS. I guess we'll start with shutdown times. We'll bring up the power menu on both, and I'll press A at exactly the same time, and shut down. I guess we'll see which light turns off first. So stock OS did power off first, it seems. At least the power light turned off. GammaOS does seem to still be shutting down. There we go. So stock OS wins that test. What about cold boot times? We'll try and power both devices on at exactly the same time. So 1, 2, 3, holding the power button down, still holding it down. There we go. We did get the boot logo on both at roughly the same time, so that's good. I guess we're looking to see which one brings us to the list of games we can emulate first. So our stock OS has started to load and it's finished. GammaOS is still loading on the left. It's still loading. There we go. That actually took around 12 to 13 seconds longer than stock OS. So far, shutdown and cold boot times are faster on stock OS. That is interesting. I guess next we'll test lower end game loading times. We've just got Mega Man 2 here to test, so I'll press A on both and we'll see which one loads faster. It looks like stock OS wins that one as well by around 1 or 2 seconds. We'll quit out of both and then we'll do the exact same test again, only with a higher end system like PSP. We've just got God of War here, Chains of Olympus. So we'll press A on both at the same time and go. It looks like GammaOS won that one very slightly. That is interesting. Yeah, it definitely seems to be ahead by a little bit. Next up, native Android game loading times. We've just got Survival Craft 2 here on both devices. I have already installed it, so we'll press A on both and see which one loads faster. It looks like stock OS won that one by maybe 1 or 2 seconds as well. Not too much difference. So far, stock OS does seem to be faster in pretty much everything we've tested except PSP game loading times. I think most people can live with slightly longer cold boot times and game loading times if in-game performance is much better. So we'll test in-game performance next. We'll start with Mega Man 2 once more. We've just gone into Bubble Man stage on both and enabled the on-screen FPS counter. And obviously they are both hitting a solid 60 frames a second. But what about with fast forward enabled? So stock OS on the bottom seems to average around 235 frames a second, but it does fluctuate. Whereas GammaOS on the top seems to be hovering around 323 frames a second. That is a massive increase. Way faster. GammaOS wins this test by a landslide. We'll quit out and try our next system. We've got Super Nintendo with Donkey Kong Country 2. Also, stock OS seemed to load this around 2 to 3 seconds faster. So we've gone into the first level on both, and once again we are hitting a solid 60 frames a second, as expected. But what about with fast forward enabled? So with stock OS, we're averaging around 110 frames a second, almost bang on, whereas with GammaOS on the top, we are averaging closer to 147 frames a second. Another massive increase over stock OS. So far, that's 2 for 2 wins with GammaOS. We'll quit out and try our next system. Game Boy Color's up next with an absolute classic, Pokemon Crystal. Once again, stock OS does load it around 1 or 2 seconds faster, so that is interesting. And they are obviously both hitting 60 frames a second, but we'll go into the starter house, I think. So we're in the starter house now, fast forward is enabled. Stock OS, we're hitting around 315 to 330 frames a second. It does fluctuate a fair bit, but GammaOS seems to be hitting around 830 frames a second, well over 2 times faster. So far, GammaOS is absolutely faster. Another clear win for GammaOS. We'll quit out and try another system. Game Boy Advance next with Pokemon Fire Red. Once again, we are hitting a solid 60 frames a second on both, but that is to be expected, these aren't that hard to run. Once again, we'll go into the starter house and compare fast forward speeds. So we're finally in the game, and StockOS seems to be averaging around 120 frames a second with fast forward enabled, whereas GammaOS does seem to be closer to 640 frames a second average. Another massive increase, almost 6 times faster. We'll quit out and try a few harder to run systems. We'll go N64 with a classic GoldenEye 64. This one is pretty famously hard to run, especially on lower end systems, so it'll be interesting to see which one wins here. Now unfortunately, this one is going to be a little bit hard to compare, since the FPS counter on GammaOS is incredibly small. It's basically illegible. Instead, I guess we'll just go by feel, so we'll move around and look for lag spikes. I'm already out of sync. It's hard playing two at once. I mean, both games do seem to be running pretty much perfectly. Yeah, unfortunately, N64 comparison is a bit of a bust, but GoldenEye 64 does seem to run pretty much the same on both. At least in DAM. There was a little bit of slowdown on StockOS when going through the barrels, but we didn't get it on GammaOS. That could just be a bit of a coincidence though. I would say N64 inconclusive. Next up, Nintendo DS with Mario Kart DS. This one isn't very hard to run, although I guess Nintendo DS itself isn't that hard to run. So fast forward does seem to be capped at 200 FPS on both. I guess we'll go into a level and just see if they can both stay at a stable 200. Or 200% I should say, not 200 FPS. So they both seem to be pretty much stable at 200% speed. I guess this is another inconclusive test, unfortunately. They both do seem to run it about the same. I guess we'll end on a harder to run one, PSP with God of War Chains of Olympus. So on the title screen, it's a little bit interesting. GammaOS seems to be capped at around 33, 34, it is going up to 35 frames a second, whereas StockOS does seem to be capped at 28 frames a second for some reason. We'll go into the actual game though, and we'll see what in-game performance is like. This is probably one of the hardest to run PSP games. So far, they're both pretty stable at 30 frames a second, but it is still the intro cutscene. So we're almost finally in the game now. They do seem to be running at around exactly the same so far. Okay, we're in the game. We're at 16 frames a second on top, and we're still at 28 on the bottom. Press OK. So we're at 21.16 on GammaOS, but a solid 28 on StockOS. I'm guessing a combination of frame skips and tweaks. We could obviously use the same settings StockOS is using on GammaOS, but this is an out-of-the-box comparison. Yeah, it looks like StockOS does win this round. Overall, while StockOS was faster at cold boots and shutdowns, as well as loading lower-end games, GammaOS absolutely excels with in-game performance. There was no real comparison, except with PSP, but again, that's most likely because StockOS would have had the settings tweaked specifically for that, whereas GammaOS does not come with that out of the box. Again, it wouldn't be too hard to bring up the PPSSPP menu in GammaOS and apply the same tweaks and hacks. While both OSs do offer a pretty good out-of-the-box experience, if you are after that little bit of extra performance, I would definitely recommend going with GammaOS. But I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.